Hi friends, today we are going to understand and learn a very interesting language called Java. But before understanding the programming concepts, we will understand about the history and creation of Java. So here Java was conceived by some of the most prominent people at Sun Microsystems in 1991. It took almost 18 months to develop the first working version, and this language was initially called Oak, which is OAK, but was renamed to Java in 1995. Here, between the initial implementation of Oak in the fall of 1992 and the public announcement of Java in the spring of 1995, many more people contributed to the design and evolution of the language. Somewhat surprisingly, the original impetus for Java was not the internet. Instead, the primary motivation was the need for a platform independent, that is, the architectural neutral language that could be used to create software to be embedded in various consumer electronic devices such as your microwave ovens and remote controls. As you can probably guess, many different types of CPUs are used as controllers. Here, the trouble with C and C++ and most other languages is that they are designed to be compiled for a specific target. Although it is possible to compile a C++ program for just about any type of CPU, and to do so requires a full C++ compiler targeted for that CPU. So here the problem is that compilers are expensive and time consuming to create, and an easier and more cost efficient solution was needed. So in an attempt to find such a solution, Gosling and others began work on a portable platform independent language that could be used to produce code that would run on a variety of CPUs under differing environments. The effort ultimately led to the creation of Java. So about the time that the details of Java were being worked out, a second and ultimately more important factor was emerging that would play a crucial role in the future of Java. The second force was, of course, the World Wide Web, and had the web not taken shape at about the same time that Java was being implemented, Java might have renamed a useful but obscure language for programming consumer electronics. However, with the emergence of World Wide Web, Java was propelled to the forefront of computer language design because the web too demanded portable programs. So here most programmers learn early in their careers that portable programs are as elusive as they are desirable. But while the quest for a way to create efficient, portable, or platform independent programs is nearly as old as the discipline of programming itself, yes, of course, it had taken a back seat to other, more pressing problems though. Further, because at that time much of the computer world had divided itself into the three competing camps of Intel, Macintosh, and Unix, most programmers stayed within their fortified boundaries, and the urgent need for portable code was reduced. However, with the advent of the internet and the web, the old problem of portability returned with a vengeance. After all, the internet consists of a device distributed universe populated with various types of computers, operating systems, and of course CPUs. So here, even though many kinds of platforms are attached to the internet, users would like them all to be able to run the same program. What once an irritating but low priority problem had become a high profile necessity. So here by 1993, it became obvious to members of the Java design team that the problems of portability frequently encountered when creating code for embedded controllers are also found when attempting to create code for the internet. In fact, the same problem that Java was initially designed to solve on a small scale could also be applied to the internet on a large scale. This realization caused the focus of Java to switch from consumer electronics to internet programming. So, while the desire for an architectural neutral programming language provided the initial spark, the internet ultimately led to Java's large-scale success. So, as I told earlier, Java derives much of its character from C and C++. Of course, this is by intent, and the Java designers knew that using the familiar syntax of C and echoing the object-oriented features of C++ would make the language appealing to the legions of experienced C++ programmers. So in addition to the surface similarities, Java shares some of the other attributes that helped make C and C++ successful. And here, first, Java was designed, tested, and refined by real working programmers. Here it is a language grounded in the needs and experiences of the people who devised it. Thus, Java is a programmer's language. Secondly, Java is a cohesive and logically consistent. And third, except for those constraints imposed by the internet environment, Java gives you the programmer full control. And if you program well, your programs will definitely reflect it. But if you program poorly, your programs reflect that too. But differently, Java is not a language with training wheels. It's a language for professional programmers. Let's understand how did Java change the internet world. Here the internet helped catapult Java to the forefront of programming, and Java in turn had a profound effect on the internet. So in addition to simplifying web programming in general, Java innovated a new type of networked program called the applet that changed the way the online world threw out about content. So Java also addressed some of the issues associated with the internet. The main two is portability and scale and security.